Hello, and welcome to another episode of Clienteling Unveiled. I'm your host, Katie, and today we have some special guests with us. Rita Berrada, 42 Technologies. Rita has been with 42 for 4.5 years, and she leads the sales and accounts team. Her background is B2B hospitality and retail. And we also have Meiling Fournier, who is our guest from BSPK, and she is the host of the VP Sales for EMEA and has worked in the retail sector for over 10 years. The title of our show today is Chocolate and Peanut Butter: How Data Analytics and Clienteling Elevate Retail Success Together. Rita, can you tell us a little bit about the importance of data analytics in retail today?
Yeah, of course. Thanks, Katie. So retail pretty much is based on understanding like what product sells well, what product doesn't, and taking actions to go towards the right products to have an inventory and things like that. So the speed and importance of analytics really skyrocketed after COVID. And retail teams are now a lot more educated towards like, we need to have analytics. We need to understand our data more. We need to lead decisions with data, which is important because, you know, whether you're looking at your customer insights, your inventory management, your sales, your marketing, your pricing strategies, and a lot more all together within retail, making those decisions without data can be a bit of a surprise. So we see a lot more people today in retail leaning on data to make sure they take decision-based, data-based decisions.
Thanks, Rita. And Mei-Ling, how do you think the integration of data analytics and clienteling can benefit retailers?
As you said, Rita, data analytics is crucial because it enable brands to make informed decision based on actual customer behaviors or market trends, and by analyzing this data, retailers can then understand their customer preferences and really tailor offering to meet the specific needs of the target audience. So this leads to improve customer satisfaction, increase sales, and basically a competitive edge in the market.
Thank you. And Rita, what are some of the key benefits of using data analytics in retail, and how can it help retailers make informed decisions?
Yeah, it's a question with endless answers. I can probably spend like 2 hours just on the benefits, but in a nutshell, I think, using data analytics in retail makes it a lot more concrete towards the product you're selling and the community you're selling to. Today, the community is a lot more, is expecting a lot more from the brands. They want to know where things are coming from. They want to know if it's sustainable. They want to know, they want them to meet them where they are rather than the inverse. And without that, we kind of without analytics, we kind of lose that connection to the customer and to the product as well. So I think altogether, I'll give an example because we can have a lot of benefits into using data for retail, and backing up all your inventory decisions, your marketing decisions based on that data can be crucial. But a good example that we had lately with a client was really, they have a store, they have shelving on the store, and they're trying to push revenue. Obviously, that's the point of that store. And the data there is helping them manage the shelving with manage the product that is going to be in the shelving with the data. So they would kind of have, they're having like clothes on the front of the door, and they can see right away if they sold or not, and they can build a turnover there. And that was tremendous for them to see, okay, we're launching this new collection. We have clothing and accessories that we want to push. What is it that is going to be working well? And for a week, they really changed the turnover based on what was selling, and could see like the bestseller within less than a couple of days of putting that collection out, which is amazing. Another example or advantage of having data to back up your decisions there in retail is managing your inventory in a timely manner. That is extremely helpful, and it helps reduce costs at any point in time, because you're pushing your overstock with like once you have the data of your overstock, you're pushing it to the front of the house in the store to make sure it's sold. You're pushing it to your pricing strategy that is a bit more aggressive to make sure it goes out quicker, and then you can manage your sell through better. So yeah, those are just a couple of examples, but in no way a brand that we worked with was kind of like saying, oh, I don't want to use that data. The more data, the more they're going to use it and try to make sense out of it.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you, Rita. And Meiling, what is clienteling and how does it differ from traditional customer service?
So clienteling it's a personalized approach to customer service, and customer service is focusing. Sorry, let me say that. Let me reformulate. Basically, clienteling is a personalized approach to customer service that really focus on building long-term relationship with the customer, where customer service, which will address immediate needs and issue, clienteling will really be a proactive approach and outreach to offer a tailored experience based on a deep understanding of the customers. So it's an approach that really will foster loyalty and help repeat business basically.
Perfect. And Meiling, how do you think clienteling can help retailers build stronger relationships with their customers?
By providing, for example, personalized attention or personalized experience, and offer some really tailored recommendation to their clients. If they, leverage customer data, the retailer can offer, relevant product suggestions and send personalized message, and provide a great service that will really make the customer feel, value and understood. And and then basically when you offer this level of personalization, then you will enhance customer loyalty and repeat business.
Perfect. Thank you. And can you give us any more examples for how clienteling can personalize the customer experience?
Yes, sure. A sales associate, for example, can use a clienteling tool to send personalized follow-up, after sales service, recommending, upsell basically on a product, or giving some tips on how to maintain the products, and can invite also the customer to exclusive event in the store, special offer. And remembering all the important anniversary dates. Could it be the child's birthday, the wedding anniversary? All this information that basically they are the only one to know and to own. So with clienteling, then they'll be able to remember all of this.
Perfect. Rita, do you think 42 and BSPK is really like chocolate and peanut butter? And can retailers create a more seamless and personalized customer experience?
Yeah, like the more the merrier. Chocolate itself is great, peanut butter itself is great, but together it makes some magic. I think the point there is, in the same example that Meiling was sharing, that person who's gonna try to sell, if she knows that customer, only buys shoes at their store, they're gonna gather data around that. They're gonna know that their size is this and that, and then there you go. You have a new collection coming in, and it's all blue or all in a certain style, and that doesn't really fit the customers. We're not gonna bother them, get them to come to the store or things like that. You want to get them right where their heart is gonna melt with chocolate and peanut butter, I guess. So at that point, you'll get the customer when the time is right, when the product is right and available at the right time, and kind of like lead with that data to make sure you convert and push the sale at the right timing. So definitely yes.
Wonderful. And Mei Ling, how can the synergy of analytics and clienteling help retailers stay ahead of the competition in today's retail landscape?
So basically, data can enhance, BSPK clienteling with 42s. And when you provide the sales associate with, detailed customer insights, and you'll be able to basically have, have more personalized outreach. And with this comprehensive analytics, sales associate, with BSPK can identify, the high value customer and understand their preference and tailor interactions. And and ultimately this is going to be driving, sales and loyalty.
Wonderful. And Mei Ling, what trends and predictions do you see for the future of retail, and how can retailers prepare for these changes?
The future of retail will be driven by technology and personalization, that's for sure. And trends such as AI-driven analytics, omni-channel integration, immersive customer experience will continue to shape the industry. And retailers can prepare by investing, in advanced analytics, adopting clienteling solutions, and focusing on creating, seamless and personalized customer journey for the clients.
Thank you. And Rita, how do you think AI and machine learning will continue to impact the retail industry?
Yeah, it'll be increasing for sure in the coming months, in the coming years. It is a bit of a mess today because you gotta figure out, like what limit do I want to use AI to build confidence within, the trust that I'm putting in the data that is getting out of it. So there's a lot of like debates there. There's a lot of legal issues around it, but I'm sure they'll be quick enough to be solved so that AI can become really like a core part of retail and growth there and that industry. The only part I think that people are getting or are understanding is that data has to be clean before you put any type of AI on top of it. You can't just come and pretend AI is going to work if you don't have a structure. So like I said, in the beginning, there is a lot of education towards data, technology, personalization, and like the advantages of those strategies. So as people are growing towards that, AI is going to lay down on top of it. And it's amazing to see the amount of things that are already out there. You go to a store, you go to your cabin to try out things, and you can just like click on a button, try things out with your face and see how it goes. And it's amazing. It's gonna be fun, I think, to watch and evolve within that.
Wonderful, thank you. And I have a question for you both. Do you have any other tips?
I think I'll start with that. I think the tip there is to really make sure whatever strategy, whatever tool, whatever setup you want for your brand, customer is going to be always centered to that. So whatever strategy you try to decide, make sure it's defined based on the customers, and that you kind of keep choosing the right, not only tool, but the right people. I think we've seen a lot of tools that are amazing, but deployment and, go to market with the tool can be difficult. So behind the tool, whether it's AI or not, there are still people, and those people are going to make time to understand your problems, your challenges, however you want to fix it, and the direction and vision you have for your brand. And that is, I think, at the end of the day, a lot more important than, the actual tool, because a lot of tools are out there. So the tip there is just make sure you get in with the right people who are going to be matching your vision and try take the time to understand your challenges.
Perfect, thank you. And Mei Ling?
Yeah, I completely agree with Rita. I think the most important, it's really to try to to collect some clean data, understanding the clients, getting great information, and then drive your strategy, towards that. But you need to start things, right, and start now, because otherwise it's going to be like you're going to be catched up by, all the progress we're making. So it's it's time to start doing this right.
Agreed. Well, thank you both for being here today and sharing your thoughts and insights. We are very excited to learn more. And thank you to our listeners, and wish you success in the retail journey. If you have any questions regarding our discussion or want to learn more, please reach out to us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.